Hey, welcome back lads. So let's talk some more about the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, because there is a major problem or mistake that the developers have made here with this game, and I think we need to take a closer look at it. So it really sucks to say, as a massive Ground War fan, that it feels to me like they have somehow found a way to ruin and change Ground War and what made it so amazing in the first place in the previous game. The Modern Warfare 2 version that we played in the beta is a lot more slow paced. Basically, the entire flow and feeling of the mode has been messed up, mostly by the map design. We're going to go deeper into that, but in comparison, Ground War in 2019 was, in my opinion, the best thing that Call of Duty multiplayer has done in a very long time. There was action and enemies around every corner. There would be massive, intense battles taking place over the objectives. Meanwhile, here in Modern Warfare 2, the gameplay I'm using might not show it because I've chosen the best gameplay on purpose, but it's slow, it's campy, and there isn't much action going on. It feels more like a battle royale, you know, where you spend most of your time trying to find or trying to get to the action rather than being in the action, and that just kinda sucks. And some evidence to back up my claims is, I don't know how many of you guys realized, but matches on the map Surf Bay would end by hitting the 20-minute time limit instead of hitting the score limit. So the pacing is so slow you can't even get the full score that you're supposed to. So I've looked into this, and there are 2 or 3 main reasons as to why the Modern Warfare 2 Ground War is just slower and a downgrade and doesn't have that same action that it did previously. The first and probably most important is down to the map design. As we talked about, we've already played 3 of the Ground War maps, and all 3 simply have way too many buildings, rooms that serve no purpose, and worst of all is too many rooftops that are all protected by cover and head glitches. So, you know, you're getting killed by people that you can't even see because they're just way above your line of sight, your eyesight, right? They're just way up there, just camping. In Modern Warfare 2019, most of the Ground War maps were a bit more open and flat, so it was more of a literal on-the-ground war, and if there were rooftops or some verticality, they would be a lot more exposed. Maybe apart from that map Tvorsk District, which I hated and refused to play, and the Modern Warfare 2 maps feel like that all over again, like a regen of Tvorsk District. Now, another thing that I went on to notice was that, you know how in Modern Warfare 2019, in Ground War of course, there would be like times where the enemy team would only have one flag, so the entire like lobby, everyone in the game would be like pushed up on this kind of front line having a massive battle over that one last flag, and you could kind of spawn trap the enemy team, or if it happened to you, there's still, you know, a big battle going on. Well, here in Modern Warfare 2, that just simply doesn't happen, and I think part of that is down to the placement of the objectives, which of course are also the spawn points, right, the flags, and they just kind of spread the action out too much. Like, I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but once again on Surf Bay, if you spawn at A, B or D even, it just feels too far out of the action. Like, you can see how the objectives are spread out in this kind of rectangle shape. So I went back and looked at the great maps from Modern Warfare 2019 Ground War, and I realized that the middle objectives B, C and D were always very close together and in a kind of triangle shape. So once again, it kind of pushes all that combat into an area. The Modern Warfare 2 maps all have the objectives in a kind of rectangular shape and way too far apart, so there isn't a real kind of front line or concentration of enemies. So I even went ahead and made a what I think would be an improved version of Surf Bay to push the action closer together and cut off some of the kind of pointless areas. You know how that massive kind of like town or city thing in the middle only has one objective in the entire area. Everything should be pushed closer together. It's supposed to be Ground War, yes, so like bigger maps and larger scale multiplayer, but they've kind of gone too far with it, so now it's just way too slow paced. But that's about that, so stay spicy and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.